Paris Beauty for years. I'm really not the best at makeup. I've been having the same routine since I was in my early 20s. I've kind of stripped it back even more in the last few years. Really only using concealer and blush. I've been using the same products for years, so I don't even know if it's like expired. It still works. I just try and sculpt or like lift whenever I'm applying blush. Seems to work. Don't come at me in the comments.
I wanted to share some books that I got from the library. I got this book of poetry by Ursula K. Le Guin. I don't know how to say her last name. I've always been wanting to read her stuff, and this was the only thing that I could find at the library. I also got, just kind of on the theme of poetry, I got Rumi's Book of Love. Again, this was the only Rumi book that I could find in the library. I've been going through a kind of poetry phase at the moment, been really into reading a lot of poetry, been writing a lot of poetry. I really find that poetry is like that mid-ground between the head and the heart because it's so open to interpretation. I don't know what it is, but it feels like magic where it just hits something right in the heart space. And then I got 2 books on Buddhism. This one's Old Path, White Clouds by Nyakan. He's a Buddhist monk, and this book is the teachings of the Buddha. Honestly, I got this because I love the cover. They say don't judge a book by its cover, but I really do. I want to respect the graphic design artist. Like, who put effort into this? This is a beautiful cover. The one that I have started reading is this one by Pema Chodron. Again, I really hope I'm saying these names right. When I read these names in my head and I can't pronounce it, it kind of just turns into like a mumble. So I'm like, Pema, blah, blah, next. So this one's welcoming the unwelcomed. I really like her books. I recently read her book, How We Live is How We Die. I just love the way that she writes. It's really simple, really easy to understand, very clear. So I'm enjoying this one at the moment. I grew up a Buddhist, but I wouldn't really identify myself as a Buddhist. I don't really identify myself as anything, kind of just like floating orb of energy. It's interesting that I'm gravitating back to these Buddhist teachings. When I grew up, my family kind of forced Buddhism on me in a way where I wasn't very connected to it. During my teenage years, I really rejected anything around Buddhism, anything around spirituality. I just thought that it was quite silly and that everything that my mum was telling me was woo-woo, mumbo-jumbo. So it's really interesting now as I'm older to rediscover Buddhism, rediscover spirituality, and to develop my own relationship with it. In this day and age, you can have a caricature of spirituality, but I don't think it's like that for everyone. I really do believe that everyone on this planet is spiritual. We're all spiritual beings having a human existence. I could totally just keep yapping on about spirituality and kind of like dissecting it. It's one of my favorite things to think about and to discuss because it is so individual. As many people as there are on the planet, that's how many interpretations of spirituality that there are. There's no one way to do spirituality right. A lot of people can kind of dismiss spirituality or exploring that side of themselves because of that image of what they think a spiritual person is, but I really don't agree with that at all. It's so individual for everyone, and it is a really, really beautiful journey. There's no right or wrong. There's no right or wrong. It's just however you wish to interpret this life. It's however you choose to move through this world. It's how you choose to connect to what is this grander mystery of life, and you could call it God, you could call it spirit, you could call it universe. We're all just, wondering why we're here on this earth. This is why I've also been gravitating back towards poetry, because it is so open-ended and it's so open to interpretation. Every poem will hit everyone differently, but the place where it hits is like right here in the heart. For the past couple of weeks, I've been sick, so I've really been like taking it slow, resting, looking after myself. I've been immersing myself in poetry, and especially in Mary Oliver's works. I have been absolutely just going down a complete rabbit hole. The way that she just writes about nature, how she emphasizes the little things in life. It can be such a great reminder, especially for me, because I can fall into sad girl tendencies. And while it's great to feel into that sadness sometimes and listen to Sufjan Stevens and read Ocean Vuong and really be in that like wistful, yearning, longing state, that can be my habitual state. And I don't want to be in that sadness all the time. I don't want to be in that sadness for too long. And so to break out of that habitual conditioning, it is practice to let myself experience joy and let myself appreciate the really little moments instead of just falling back into that well of sadness. And Mary Oliver's works, every time I read it, they feel like this life raft that lifts me up when I need it. I wanted to share one of her poems today, and maybe if you're in that kind of sad girl space as well and you just need that little reminder, maybe this can be some sort of a life raft for you too. So this is When I Am Among the Trees. When I am among the trees, especially the willows and the honey locusts, especially the beech, the oaks and the pines, they give off such hints of gladness. I would almost say that they save me, and daily. I am so distant from the hope of myself, in which I have goodness and discernment, and never hurry through the world, but walk slowly and bow often. Around me the trees stir in their leaves and call out, stay a while. The light flows from their branches and they call again. It's simple, they say, and you too have come into the world to do this, to go easy, to be filled with light, and to shine. I just love it so much. It's just so good and it just hits. Thank you so much, Mary Oliver. Thank you. I have a friend's birthday dinner tonight and I want to make him a basque matcha cheesecake. I made one earlier this week, but it turned out really dense and thin, and I think I know where it went wrong. It still tasted good though. I've still got all of the ingredients, so I want to try again.
strawberries are having a meeting. Happy birthday, Seth.